Well, welcome to Japan. I'm in the middle of Tokyo, and the reason I'm here is to get a chance to drive the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, but that's coming up a little bit later. The real reason I'm here is to find out more about Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi Group is an enormous company with over 29 different individual companies, and they have massive sales. Over 726 billion Canadian dollars last year. That's 10% of Japan's GDP. So in Canada, Mitsubishi Motors is a small player, but this is a very big company around the world. To give you some perspective, that 726 billion Canadian dollars is half of our GDP. So I'm in Japan to find out more about Mitsubishi. The first day of the trip was spent in Tokyo, riding the amazingly efficient subway and light rail system that moves the majority of the 37 million people that live in the Tokyo area. The Nikon Museum is near Mitsubishi Motors headquarters downtown, and that's right, the Mitsubishi Group owns Nikon. I didn't know that, and I'm sure you didn't either. The museum has the very first Nikon camera made in 1948 all the way up to present day. I even brought my vintage 1954 S2 back home to Japan, and it fit right in. Now, just steps from the Nikon Museum is a place called M Square. Everything Mitsubishi Group. I also had no idea that Mitsubishi made rockets to launch satellites, cruise ships, tankers, commuter trains, and I certainly didn't know that Mitsubishi had the maiden flight of its Mitsubishi regional jet just last year. That's right, they make regional jets now. On top of that, there were things you might know about, like Mitsubishi air conditioners, small engines, and forklifts. One of the more intriguing stops was to the Mitsubishi Smart House that has the ability to use solar power, standard power off the grid, and also the ability to use the Outlander plug-in hybrid electric vehicle as a backup power source. When the power goes off, the car can draw power from the battery to run the house, and the whole thing is controlled by a smart app. Day 2 was an early start, but worth it to get a ride on one of Japan's famous high-speed trains. With speeds up to 280 kilometers an hour, we went from Tokyo to Nagoya in about an hour and a half. We then transferred to the Mitsubishi Research and Development Center and Assembly Plant at Okazaki. This flex plant is capable of making the RVR crossover, the Outlander, plus the plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. And this is where things got really interesting. In the research lab, we saw the Outlander plug-in hybrid electric vehicle placed on a shaking machine. It shakes and moves the crossover for around 20 hours a day for almost a month. This simulates 200,000 kilometers of driving in a short period of time, highlighting the wear-to areas in the suspension, plus it showcases any rattles and noises. The next room is quite the opposite. It's quiet and serene. It's able to detect any electromagnetic field signals that might be coming from the vehicle that would interfere with things like radio and TV signals. It needs to be below a certain level in order to be road legal. One feature of this plant is the use of autonomous vehicles to deliver parts. Inside the flex plant, one vehicle might be an RVR, the next an Outlander or Outlander plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. The highly automated plant with impressive robotic welders are fascinating to watch. And this trip to Japan culminates right here in the proving grounds of Mitsubishi, where we're getting a chance to drive this vehicle. It's the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. This is the first mass-produced crossover vehicle that has the ability to drive up to 60 kilometers on pure electric power in the world. There are some premium brands that are doing this, but this is the first mainline manufacturer. We're going to show you what it can do, and it can do it all on its own. Now, due to the fact we were located at the research center, no cameras were allowed on the track, but we were shown an autonomous parking demonstration. This includes an Outlander plug-in hybrid electric vehicle looking for a parking spot. It then reverses into the spot, steering on its own and even selecting the gears on its own. After, it can even exit the spot. Now, other manufacturers have similar systems, but this one controls the transmission, making it unique. The Outlander plug-in hybrid electric vehicle has been in the market for 3 years in Japan and Europe, and it is the best-selling plug-in hybrid electric vehicle crossover in the world. This vehicle will be coming to Canada, hopefully by 2018, as a refreshed version. It's going to be interesting to watch now that Mitsubishi is part of the Nissan-Renault alliance with the capability to produce and sell 10 million cars worldwide. You're looking at other manufacturers like the Volkswagen Group and Toyota, and now this alliance is going to be able to produce and bring all of their resources together to develop new products. Mitsubishi on its own was able to produce this plug-in hybrid electric Outlander. It's the first to market in the crossover space, already selling incredibly well in Europe. It is coming to Canada. We just have to wait a little bit longer. It's great to see that we have that next stepping stone towards sustainability, and this company, even before it's part of the Nissan-Renault alliance, was able to do it on its own. Let's see what happens when they all come together.